I'm grateful for members of the media who have joined us and other important people associated with the agencies that have gathered here. We are celebrating the one-year anniversary of a program that is changing lives in Indiana, and I heartily welcome this date on the calendar, and am grateful for the efforts in the agencies that are bringing this about to do just that. I have often said I want Indiana to be the worst place in America to commit a serious crime, but the best place in America once you've done your time to get a second chance. In April of 2012, in a joint effort between the Department of Corrections, Indiana Workforce Development, Work One, and with other state and federal incentives, the HIRE program was initiated. It's known as the Hoosier Initiative for Reentry, and it has had extraordinary results. I want to commend in particular the efforts of the two members of my administration who we deeply value, Scott Sanders with the Department of Workforce Development and Bruce Lemmon with the Department of Corrections. These are two men who are quintessential professionals, great agency leaders, but I can attest they're both men that really have a heart for the families of our community and for the opportunities of those that are trying to leave behind a life of crime or poor choices in the past and begin to become productive parts of our society. As I said, I'm proud of the HIRE program's effort to help ex-offenders become self-sustaining, responsible adults with the financial means to take care of themselves and their families. And I especially want to applaud the companies that have helped ex-offenders get that second chance here in Indiana. Through the HIRE program, a couple of statistics, and my colleagues will speak in just a moment about their role in it. But at this point, 215 employers in Indiana have hired ex-offenders. That's a good number, but it's just the beginning, the first year of this program. And I'm hereby encouraging more companies to consider this program, consider the opportunities to extend a second chance. Here's some tough statistics. There's more than 20,000 offenders released from Indiana's prison every year. 37.9% of ex-offenders return to prison within 3 years. That recidivism rate actually increases to 60% when those individuals remain unemployed. And so the relationship to employment opportunities and recidivism, the relationship to having people leave behind the poor decisions in the past is directly related to their ability to find gainful employment. The HIRE program does this. At this point in time, they've placed more than 600 ex-offenders with a job, and the retention rate is 86%. My colleagues will explain how the program works, but let me say, this is going to be part of a series of initiatives in our administration to address recidivism in the state of Indiana. I simply believe that we hold individuals accountable for the choices that they make under the law. And we will hold people to account for the law. But doing all that we can, both within our prison system and within our private economy, to encourage people to make right choices and to leave behind the poor choices of the past, is in the interest of those individuals, it's in the interest of their families, it's in the interest of their neighborhoods and communities, and it is arguably in the interest of the state of Indiana. We are, by working to help citizens re-enter society and become reliable workers, if 500 ex-offenders remain employed and out of trouble with the law, that actually would save Hoosier some $4 million a year, as a for instance. This program helps offenders rebuild their lives by allowing them to find a fresh start. And in combination with recent legislation that we signed into law last month, the House Enrolled Act 1482, allowing certain offenders have their records expunged after a sustained period without re-offending. We believe we're laying a framework for new beginnings and a framework for second chances in Indiana.